I'm in a van at a secret location somewhere in Europe, just around the corner from a casino. And in a little under an hour, I'm going to bet £5,000 on a single number on a roulette wheel. And there's a twist. The £5,000 isn't mine, it belongs to one of you watching the show right now, and you don't know that I've taken £5,000 of your money. I'll call you in a moment to tell you that it's yours. Welcome to the show. This show fuses magic, suggestion, psychology, misdirection, and showmanship. Remember, I'll be calling one of you soon to let you know that I have £5,000 of your money. Now, the roulette wheel is the holy grail for anyone looking into ways to scam a casino. With a payout of 35 to 1 on a single number, my bet of £5,000 could win one of you £175,000 if I choose the right number. And spending a year finding a way to beat the wheel began with a tiny seed, the thrill of taking a gamble.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Bless you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, some mints for this guy, please. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you. Thank you. Bless you. Thank you very much indeed. Hello, what's your name?
Hello, Josie.
Josie, come and stand up here for me. Come and stand here. Lovely. Excellent. Good. Josie, we haven't spoken before. We haven't prearranged anything? No?
Nope.
Okay, bless you. We're going to play a game, very simple game, using 4 cans of spray paint. I've got a blue one there with the blue lid, green with the green lid, black with the black lid, red with the red lid. 3 of those cans don't work. They don't spray, all right? One of them does work, and it's full of paint. I'm going to play a game where you're going to try and spray 3 of the cans, just 3 of them. You're going to try and avoid the one with paint in. Does that make sense? Lovely. The first choice is 1 in 4, isn't it? So the chances are unlikely that you'd actually get the one with the paint in. So you're going to pick one up and spray it into my face. So anyone you like?
Face.
Yeah. Pick up the first one you're going to spray. You can take the lid off. I'll take the lid for you for that. Yeah, first choice is blue. Thank you. And if you can just hold it, don't spray it yet, just hold it in front of me like that. Now, all I would say is, try and just spray so it's just the face, okay? Without, if you get the close, I'll be livid. So just the face. It's unusual to be standing for this, excuse me. Go on. Go. Is it spraying? No, but bless you for your enthusiasm there. No, thank you. I hoped you'd pick the blue one first. The blue does not spray. Okay, you now have a 1 in 3 chance, and for the second one, you're going to spray in the face of somebody here in this audience. So you've chosen blue. What are you going to go for next?
Green.
You're going to go for green? Okay, up to you. So if you take that from me, I'll take the lid. So we've had lovely, blue, then green. So here's how we do this. Hold it out at arm's length. You need to choose somebody, so don't spray anything yet. Nice and slowly. Work your way around with it at arm's length. Stop in front of anybody that you'd like to spray. Nice and slowly. Is that the gentleman there?
Yes.
In the front row or the chap just behind?
Behind.
You, sir. Excellent. What's your name?
Alfredo.
Alfredo, of course it is. Just stand just there for me. Don't spray until I tell you, but if you can come up nice and close. I'd get a little bit closer. Lovely. I'd just give it a bit of a shake. Yeah, I'll keep your eyes closed. Actually, okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
No.
Yes, safe, Alfredo. There's no paint in that one either. Thank you, Alfredo. Round of applause for Alfredo. You can go back. So we've had blue, then we've had green, and there's one more. You only need to spray one more. Of course, now it's 50-50, so the odds are no longer in your favour. What's the last one that you're going to spray, black or red?
It's red.
Red. Up to you, sure? You're going to go for red. This one, of course, you're going to spray on your own face. If you can pick it up for me. Lovely, and I'll put that there. So we have blue, then green, then red. So if you just, don't spray it yet, but just point at you, so make sure you're genuinely pointing it at your face. Now, I'd come in a bit closer so you don't miss. And no cheating, I'd keep absolutely still for this. On the count of 3, I'd like you to give a really good, do you want to give it a, okay? Closer to you, just get it nice and close. So on the count of 3, a really good spray, no moving out the way, you've got to do it properly. Ready? 1, 2, also, just hold that thought for a second, because that feeling that you're feeling now, that feeling of gut-wrenching uncertainty, that's the reason for the whole of this stunt tonight. That feeling of taking a gamble. That's what this is about. 1, 2, 3. It was water, but you're all right, it wasn't paint. You were correct, there was no paint in it. Excellent. You didn't get any of the paint. Congratulations. Now, you got that right. You didn't get any of the paint. Sorry about the water in the last one, just a bit of a gag. But just so you know that there really was paint in the last one, the black one, the one you didn't choose. If you want to spray that one all over this card here, just give it a good spray. Just cover it in black paint. Mind how you go. Don't get on your clothes. People behind, watch out. Excellent. Keep going. Just cover it all there so the camera can see. That'd be great. All down here. On go. Keep going. Keep going. Good luck on my fingers. Thank you. Excellent. Fantastic. Thank you very much indeed. Josie, I'm going to let you back. Thank you.
Thank you.
Josie, everybody. Thank you. You're wet. Josie, actually, Josie, just step back up for a second. Let me just show you something. Are you happy, first of all? You went the 3 that you did spray, so you left the black, which was great, but just remember the 3 that you did spray, you sprayed the blue, then the green, then the red, yes? Now, are you happy that I didn't influence you in those choices? That was your random choice of which 3 to spray. You happy about that? Mm-hmm. Happy I didn't influence you?
Not at all.
Okay. Look. So you left the black spray can, the only one with paint. Now this is a stencil, and the 3 colours you'll choose will be in this order. Blue, green, and red. Blue, green, red. Another round of applause for Josie. You're doing such a great job. You're fantastic. Thank you so much. Josie, everybody. Thank you, Josie. Thank you. Now, thank you very much. Now, as always, this part of the show is pre-recorded, and that's because right now, as this show is going out, I'm in a secret location in Europe, near to a casino, with £5,000 of someone else's money. I want you to understand exactly how I stand any chance of predicting the outcome of a roulette wheel. So let's start by looking at the basics. People have been trying to win money from casinos in both legal and illegal ways for a very long time. So I've come to talk to Paul Wilson, who's a gambling expert from The Real Hustle on BBC Three. In the card game of blackjack, you can beat the dealer and win money if you get an ace and a picture card to make 21. There are techniques to better your chances in this game, like counting cards that are legal in some casinos, but Paul is going to show me some of the illegal techniques that people have used.
Let's imagine we have a hand here, an 8 and a 4. Now that's not the best hand in the world, but if somehow I'd stolen 2 cards from the casino last week...
So you've got a queen and your ace, which you brought into the casino from... yeah, you stole them last week. So before you do it, we have an 8 and a 4 there. Mm-hmm. So now you're going to turn over the 8 and a 4.
Yeah.
And in doing it...
Let's just do it like that. There you go.
That was a little fast, so let's see it one more time in slow motion. This time with the cards face up.
Blackjack doesn't give you as much of an edge as some other games.
Yeah, each bet is only returning an even profit.
Yes.
But what if you were getting over 30 to 1 per bet?
And that, of course, is where the roulette wheel comes in, because the odds are much higher, the potential wins are much, much higher.
It's the holy grail. If you can beat the roulette wheel, then, you know.
So this is the roulette wheel.
Yep.
And there are different ways of betting, but what interests me in particular is betting on single numbers. So there are 36 numbers and a 0. Yep. And if you bet on a particular number and that number comes up, your odds are 35 to 1.
35 to 1
35 to 1.
Bet.
So there's a lot of systems, and there are systems all over the internet.
You could get somebody trying to sell you on the internet that if you bet in a certain way or you follow a certain pattern of betting that you'll make more money. Of course that doesn't work.
There is no betting system to beat roulette.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that the wheel can't be beaten, because if you use physics, there is something that you can predict about the wheel.
This has been something I've spent the last year of my life kind of obsessing over. Because how can you use physics as opposed to sort of probability and betting systems to beat the wheel?
Okay. use concealed computers. I'd just be timing the ball, then actually feeding the information to the computer. We're telling the machine the speed and location of the ball and the speed and location of the zero on the wheel.
Yes.
The machine recognizes that and then begins to figure out what number will be underneath that ball when it drops down into the tub. And then how far will the ball travel before it lands in a slot. So it's complicated, and obviously with all of these electronics, it's very risky.
The casino nowadays, they can tell if you're wearing electronics.
Absolutely, yeah, they're onto it.
So the only surefire way of beating a roulette wheel is to do what a computer would do, which gives you the genuine physics, the only real route into predicting it, but to do that in your head and not use a machine.
You can't just memorize with a technique. You have to actually understand the relationship between these two objects and process it on another level. You just can't apply an equation to it. It's the Holy Grail for a reason.
But it's worth it because the odds are, well, the payout is potentially huge.
Never said it would be easy.
No. No.
So that's the plan, to do what the computer can do, but to do it in my head, so there's no getting caught. And also, if you do use a hidden computer, it usually allows you to get a sense of an area of the wheel where the ball is most likely to fall. But I'm going to put all the money on one single number with odds of 35 to 1. So if I win, the payout is £175,000. But I shall be playing with money that belongs to one of you. Now, you met me and you gave me the money, and then I made you forget giving it to me. In fact, you won't even remember that you met me. So you should all make sure you have your phones on, as I'll be calling you live on the show to let you know who you are.
Hello, this is Derren. Hello, good evening. Hello, England. I'm talking to you live from somewhere in Europe. Now, to protect the identity of the casino, which is fairly close to where I am at the moment, and also to make sure that nobody can sabotage what I'm going to do, at the moment we cannot film for that reason. However, we will be able to soon, and shortly I will be calling one of you to let you know that I have £5,000 of your money, so please make sure you have your phones on you and to hand.
Thank you very much. So, I don't know if any of you gamble, but hands up if you think you're someone that's sort of lucky. Hands up if you think you're a lucky person. Oh, very good. Hello, you seem, that seems quite confident. What's your name?
Richard.
Richard, nice to meet you. Richard, loud voice, clear voice. Come and stand there for me, Richard. Great. Now, the way he stands up, they also hands a little behind his back, very kind of open gesture. Somebody fairly confident, fairly outgoing. Lucky Richard. Excellent. And as Richard will know, people that are lucky call themselves lucky, people that just take more opportunities in life. You create your own luck. You do more things, you say yes to more things, nicer things happen to you. On the other hand, then, who would say they're probably quite an unlucky person? Anybody would consider themselves fairly unlucky? That sort of immediately the hand only comes halfway up, immediately more timid. What's your name? Maz, look at the way she walked, shoulders down, very different up you come here. None of the confidence we had with Richard. Sorry about that, but that's just simply how it is. You're what sort of sociologists would probably refer to as a Class C personality, which is what I suppose we think of as, I suppose a loser would be the word that we'd use. So, with that in mind, let me explain the game. Very simple game, 2 matchboxes. One matchbox contains £20, the other matchbox contains nothing. It's empty. I'm not going to touch them, it's a very simple game. I will give you 2 chances each to either stick or switch. All right? 2 chances each to stick or switch, and you're going to leave them as they are or switch them around and give them to the other person. However, at the end of this game, you're a lucky guy. You will create your own luck. You will win this game. You will end up with the £20. You, on the other hand, are going to end up with the empty box. You've gone through life losing, and that's not about to change tonight. I'll start with you, then you won't make the final choice. You can't be accused of knowing anything here that's going on that you shouldn't. We haven't spoken before. I haven't given you any clues as to which match. Actually, what I will do is just mark one of them, just for my own clarity. That's just so I can keep track of which is which. Don't let that influence you. That's just a little cross there on that one there. Good. Okay, Richard. You're going to stick or are you going to switch?
I'm going to stick.
He's going to stick. Look at that. Calm, confident, in control. Doesn't need to worry things aren't in the right place. He leaves them as they are. Excellent.
Yep.
All right. You can do the same. Are you going to stick or are you going to switch?
I'll stick.
You stick. Oh, she has to copy, you see. She has to sort of copy. Can't think for herself. All right. Okay, she's sticking. So you're both stuck so far. You have another chance. Are you going to stick or are you going to switch?
I'll stick again.
Good. So you're still sticking.
Yep.
Good. So what are you going to do? You're going to stick as well, or are you going to switch?
I'm going to switch.
You're going to switch. Go on then. She switched them around on the last one. Okay. Now I'm going to give you one more instruction, but before that, I'm going to give you 10 seconds to either leave them as they are, or, if you wish, one of you can switch them again. I don't mind. I'll give you 10 seconds from now. Oh, it's 10 seconds. Not tempted? Well, I said you would win this game. I said you'd create your own luck. I said you'd lose. I said it's one of life's tragedies. You would lose this game. Do you want to open yours first? Congratulations. No, congratulations. Open it up. Of course, you've won the £20 because you are one of a round of... That's empty. Oh, that hasn't worked. Would you open yours for me? I have to say that Baz has won the £20. Hold it just there for 1 second. Before you applaud, don't move a muscle. I did say there was one more instruction. There's actually something written on the note. Could you open it up? This is your final instruction. And can you read out what it says in there? In fact, if you just read it out nice and clearly, then we'll turn it so the camera can see. Right from the top? From the top, can you read that out?
Your final instruction, hand this to the other person.
Yes, which turns out to be the other person, turns out to be Richard, so hand that across. Congratulations, Richard. You're a lucky guy. Well done. Richard, ladies and gentlemen, I'll let you head back. And the bars, everybody. Thank you very much. Now, as people at home are watching this, I'm actually in a secret location somewhere in mainland Europe, and later on you're going to see me put £5,000 on a single number on a roulette wheel and hopefully win £175,000. But listen carefully, the money I'll be betting with won't be mine. I stole it from one of you watching the show, and right now you don't know that I've got £5,000 of your money. Here's what I did. I met you, I made you give me the money, and then I made you forget that we'd met. So you'll be absolutely convinced at this point that it couldn't possibly be you. Now I will call you in a few minutes, but before I do, let me show you the skills involved in cheating the roulette wheel. To start, we headed to a motorway and did this. I need to test my ability to estimate the speed of moving objects with great accuracy, so I enlisted the help of Mark Foster from the Sussex Police Force. Hi, Mark. Hi. Got your gun? Yep. I've also invited a special guest to witness this experiment, the world-famous jive-talking car fanatic, Timothy Westwood.
Nice to meet you, Dan.
Very nice to meet you. Thank you very much for coming up. This is Mark.
How you doing? Nice to meet you, Mark.
So, Mark, will you tell us exactly how this speed gun works?
This is a laser speed detection device. It fires out a laser at an object, returns to the laser gun. That then works out time and distance to give you a speed.
And you use this in your job every day? Yeah.
Yes.
That's what you do. Okay, well, I'm sort of using a similar process, but without the laser. I'm kind of going to be triangulating, and I'm going from, there's a tall tree over there, that sign there with Chesham on it, and the cedar, and a couple of other things that I'm kind of doing as well to get this right. But I'm going to try and tell you exactly how fast any of these cars are going. Tim, your job's going to be to pick out a car, and you can choose any car you like, and I'll try and tell you exactly how fast these cars are going. So Tim, over to you. Just pick out a car, describe it, so we know which one you're talking about, and I'll give it a go.
All right, there's a car coming. It's by the lorry. It's in the fast lane.
This one here with the...
Here it
just
comes.
crossing over.
Lane.
Just crossing over. Got it. Okay. It slowed down a bit there. It was doing 50 miles an hour.
It definitely slowed down once it saw the police.
So I think by the time you were taking the readings, it would have been on 50.
Can we have a look at the laser? How does he do that? Show the camera. Unbelievable. I thought that was going back 30.
Bang on, bang on.
You're out of a job.
Yeah, I think I am.
I want to try this a different way. Just doing it by sound.
Okay.
Right? So this time, I'm not going to look. I'll have my eyes closed. What I'm going to be doing is separating the sounds of all the cars in my head into different cars. As soon as you can tell the make of the car, say what the make is, and then I'll tell you how fast that car was going.
Okay.
I'll do it with my eyes closed. You'll have your fingers on my eyes.
Okay.
Also, if you can, try and clock the registration as well. because sometimes I can get a sense of how old the car is too.
Okay.
Okay, so just as before, call out a car, make sure Mark knows which one you're talking about, and then when it gets down here, someone you can tell what the make of the car is, then tell me, and I'll tell you how fast that car was going. All right.
There's a car coming on the outside lane, the fast lane. A Ford.
A Ford, okay. Is it gone?
It's gone.
Car's got, all right. The Ford slowed down, it was 52, went down 50, it was doing that, 52, 51, 50, 49. So probably 49 is probably on your last reading.
49! Unbelievable!
If I'm to beat the casino, then these are the skills that I'll use. And instead of a car on a motorway, I'll be judging the speed of a bull on a spinning roulette wheel. And I would say 93, 94, that Ford, I would say. It's quite an old Ford. About 93, 94. Did you catch what was the
It was
letter?
an L prefix. That would be, 93.
93, 94,
93,
Ford, yeah.
That was quite excellent.
Excellent. Thank you. So, let's pause there. Let's pause there. Just to remind you, live now I'm somewhere in Europe, and live now you're all sitting at home watching this. I should be just about to place the call to the person whose £5,000 I've stolen. And by now I will have left the van and I should be walking towards the casino. Now, as we can't identify exactly where I am, you will just hear the call. But right now, I'll be dialing one of you who is watching the show, hopefully at the moment, whoever it is, whoever's £5,000 I stole. We have a camera crew around the corner from your house right now, and the next thing all of you at home will hear is that phone call being made, and we will go live to the outside of that person's house. It could be you.
Okay, rather brilliantly, it seems like he's either engaged or we haven't got through, so we're going to go through to his landline number. It's ringing.
Hello?
Hello, is that Ben?
Yes, it is, yeah. Hello.
Ben, this is Derren Brown. Are you watching the show?
Yeah, I am watching the show, yeah.
Excellent, Ben. Can you go and turn your TV down for me, first of all, and then come back to the phone?
I've got my housemate to do it, actually.
You've done that?
Yeah.
Hi, Ben. Hello, are you surprised?
Yes, I'm very surprised. I think maybe you've got the wrong person, though, but I'd still like to go ahead.
Well, I don't think I have. Well, first of all, I'm pleased you're watching the show, and you're actually watching the show because I told you to, although you won't remember that I did that. Are you enjoying it so far?
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's really good. I'm just in shock a bit at the moment.
I understand. Because as far as you're concerned, you haven't met me any time recently in the last couple of weeks, and you certainly haven't given me any money.
Well, no, we haven't. Not
Excellent.
so far.
Well, have you got your shoes on?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, good. Why don't, if you look out your window, if you look out of your lounge window, you should see a cameraman somewhere. In fact, can you see your house on the screen?
Yeah, just about make him out, yeah.
Can you see your house on the screen?
Yeah, I can, yeah.
Oh, there you go. Right, so you've got your shoes on. You need to make your way down to your front door, all right? We've got a camera crew waiting for you outside.
Okay,
so you'll have to leave the phone there, and I will talk to you when you're down there. We'll put an earpiece on you.
Okay, all right, speak to you in a second.
Quick as you can, please. So hopefully now Ben is making his way out of his apartment, and he's got a little walk out of his front door across a little courtyard. Now I think we're just putting his earpiece in. Can you hear me now, Ben? Can you hear me, Ben?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me? I don't think you can hear me.
Go to your front door, Ben. If you're not, I hope you can hear me, Ben. You probably can't.
I can hear you. I can hear you very well.
You can hear me now. Excellent. So you're at the front door. Good. Now you need to go left. You need to go with the camera crew There should be an alleyway that goes around the side of your block.
Okay.
All right. Now, tell me when you can see the blue tarpaulin.
I don't know. It's difficult to make anything out in the dark, to be quite honest.
It's a bit dark. There should be a tarpaulin there. Keep walking straight down. You're nearly there. There's been a lot of builders around today. I don't know if you've noticed.
Yeah, I have noticed. Those damn builders,
Yeah.
I tell you. They love making
Well,
noise.
they're not really builders, Ben. Can you see the tarpaulin?
Yes, I can see the tarpaulin, yeah.
Excellent. Now, good. So you need to go through the tarpaulin. Lift it up and go through.
Okay.
What can you see, Ben?
I can see a big truck.
Excellent. So look, there are a couple of trucks. You want to go to the second truck, Ben.
Okay.
Are you at the second truck?
Not yeah. Oh, yeah, well, here we are.
Okay, so the back of the truck is open. Yeah, that's right. I can't see you, although I can hear you. So go to the back of the truck where it is open. There you go. So, are you there, Ben? Are you there?
I am, yeah. It looks pretty exciting
Fantastic.
in here.
All right, lovely. If you speak up a little bit, I can hear you a little bit more clearly. If
Yeah,
you can go inside. Now, inside, if you sit yourself down, there should be a couple of monitors there. Are you sat down, Ben?
I am, yeah. I can see. There's a couple of monitors there.
There are, Andy. Now, I'll explain what they are later. You don't need to worry about them for now, but just get yourself comfortable. How are you feeling at the moment?
Shocked, very shocked, and yeah.
Still thinking I've got the wrong guy?
Well, you know, I think maybe you have, but anyway, I'm happy to, you know, I've got a credit card on me.
Don't worry, Ben. You just stay there. Now, you can watch the show from in there, all right? And after the break, I'll show you how I got your money. Hi, Ben.
Hi there.
Hi, Ben. You comfy?
Yeah, it's quite nice in here.
Excellent. No, they are nice up there, this truck. So, listen, I'm so excited. I've got £5,000 of yours, and you don't remember giving this to me, do you? Last Monday? You don't remember giving it to me last Monday?
No, I don't think I've given you any money. Maybe
well,
you got confused.
I'm going to play you a clip now that is probably going to freak you out a little bit, Ben.
Okay.
So watch the monitors in front of you, and for everybody at home, and for you as well, Ben, this is what happened on Monday. This is how I stole your money. Ben, you won't remember any of this.
I had to get to know Ben's routine. So for a few weeks, we followed him. I'm going to bump into Ben and exploit his confusion and surprise to carry out a snap induction, a rapid and smooth way of putting someone in a trance. It's very quick and shouldn't attract attention.
Ben. Hi. Hello. You volunteered to take part in the show, didn't you? Look at me, look at here, just look there. You can let your eyes close a little, they can still stay open as well, but the point is that you can let them grow nice and heavy. Then you go for a little walk with me now.
And with initial control established, I led him to a quiet spot to input my instructions.
And you can remain in that half sleep and I'll show you. See, look, there's a man there filming. There's a man over there who's filming. And up on the roof as well. You can let your eyes close and just let yourself sink down into a nice relaxed sleep. That's good. That's good. I'd like you to go to your bank, which is just around the corner. And you're going to take out £5,000. And I want you to feel amazing as you do that. I want you to enjoy a feeling of excitement. I want you to enjoy doing this, enjoy getting the money, enjoy that buzz of sort of taking a little of a risk, I guess, with the unknown. The feeling of it feeling covert, the enjoyment of that feeling. Right, well, you better wake up so that you can go and get it.
Having given him my instructions, it was time to set Ben off to make the £5,000 withdrawal at his bank.
You're going to head over that way. See you in a few minutes. Off you go.
We knew the bank was round the corner, so a few moments later, Ben turned up. Ben was still following my instructions as he left the bank and headed back to our meeting place.
Have a seat. Thanks.
I'd got what I needed, the £5,000. Now I had to erase all memory of our meeting.
And all the things that have happened in those last few minutes just simply won't happen. It'll just be like a little glitch in time, almost like daydreaming. Or when you have a dream, and you can have a dream that's really exciting and involved and all sorts of things happen, and then when you wake up, you simply can't remember it. And that's how this will be. Now, we're going to go for a little walk, so I want you to remain in the sleep, but at the same time you can stand.
And it was time to take my leave of Ben, to be out of sight and out of mind.
Just drifting down nice and sleepily. I'm going to walk off now and give you 10 seconds, and after that you can open your eyes and continue to walk from now.
Hi, Ben.
Hi.
Does that ring any bells? Now
That
you see
was
it?
weird. That was very unusual.
Do you believe me now?
I think that you have got the... Yeah, I do believe you now.
Do you remember going out?
Well, I can remember going out on Monday and going to the shop and getting a few things and stuff, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't remember that? You don't remember that bit happening?
I don't remember that bit happening.
No, well, little bits might start coming back to you now. It's a little bit like when you have a dream and then you start to kind of, maybe after a while, start to remember little bits of it. But,
Right.
yeah, but, by all means, do check your statement. That was Monday. You withdrew $5,000 in cash. So this is your money. It is your money that I have, and I'm about to go in and put it on a single number. I can't wait. I'm going to go in very shortly. It's a cold and very exciting evening here. Look, but before that, keep watching. I'm going to show you a bit more about the skills that I'll be using.
So, all being well, when this show goes out, I should have just got hold of our unwitting and probably very confused participant, and I'm now getting ready to walk into the casino and put a large amount of his money on a single number. But first, let's look at another skill that I needed to work on. To beat a roulette wheel, I don't just need to know about speed, this is also about trajectory. We're in Manchester at a unique location which is the only freestanding glass squash court in the UK. In this test I'm going to try to judge the trajectory of a moving ball. I'm also only going to give myself a split second to make my prediction. My helper for this challenge is the lovely Carly. Hi Carly.
How are you?
Very good.
I'm going to give you a little practice. I need to just watch you sort of throwing a ball a few times to get a sense of how you do this. And then we're going to go up there, and you're going to throw this ball as hard as you can into this court, and I will try and tell you as it leaves your hand which one of these squares that it will end up in. That's what this is about. Got it?
There are so many variables in this challenge. The speed at which Carly throws the ball, the angle she throws it, the weight of the ball, and the bounciness of the ball. I need to understand all of these variables if I'm going to be able to predict the way a ball on a roulette wheel behaves. So, now I'm going to try and do something that seems impossible and predict the outcome of a single throw.
Okay, let's go and do it then. You ready?
Okay.
All right, let's do it. After you. Lovely. There's your green ball.
Thank you.
And this is a chart that I've got of all the numbers 1 to 100 in the same order. The way this will work is that you'll throw the ball, and as it leaves your hand, I'm going to make a dab with this bingo dabber on this chart.
Okay.
So you should hear me say the number it's going to land on probably about a second after it's left your hand, if that makes sense. Okay. Let me count you down though. I'll give you 3, 2, 1, and then throw. Right. 3, 2, 1, throw. 37. Come on, 37. Come on, come on, come on. Come on.
No.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Absolutely amazing, and that is exactly where it was.
Let's see.
I sort of had it on the 36, 37 border, but that was, I'd said 37 because it was more, but well done.
How did you do that?
So it seems to work and should apply equally well to predicting the fall of a roulette wheel ball. But it was so quick, I want to show you this again in slow motion. Here you can see the ball leave Carly's hand, and here, half a second later, I make my mark on the number 37 on the card. The ball now careers off the corner of the court on its 6th bounce and heads off to the left. The ball still has sufficient energy to take it across the court, and it returns past my chosen square to hit the right-hand wall on bounce 14. This puts vital spin on the ball, directing it left on the next bounce until, with its energy dissipated, it bounces over one last boundary and ends up in the predicted square.
I can't believe he did it. I was not expecting it to go in the actual number, and amazingly it did. I can't believe it, I'm in shock, absolute shock. Can I keep the ball? 37.
Okay, Ben, I'm heading in.
Great.
Are you still there? Great, lovely.
Slightly worried, but...
Good. Don't be worried. I'm very jittery. I will turn my camera on once we get inside and past the guard. I can't film at the moment because it's important nobody knows where we are, if that makes sense. So we can't reveal which casino this is. Also means, of course, we can't film outside, just why we're not filming at the moment. Otherwise you'll find out where the location is. And then equally, when we're inside, we won't be able to identify any of the people or, again, which casino it is. So I'm going to be trying to film it in such a way you don't see any of the people or exactly where we are. Now, I've been watching a particular wheel, for several hours today, and I want to watch it a little longer before I actually play. And just for clarity, the odds of me getting this right are 37 to 1, but the payout is 35 to 1. So you will win, if I get it right, 175,000, plus, of course, your 5k stake back again, which will total 180k. All right, I will be there in a minute. I'll be there in a minute.
Thank you very much. So, again, everything that you've seen in this theatre tonight is pre-recorded, and that's because right now, while you're watching this, I'm in a secret location somewhere in mainland Europe, so I don't get recognised. And if all of this is going to plan, I'll be now making my way into a casino. To avoid drawing unnecessary attention to myself, and to get you as close as possible to the action, we're going to capture it all with concealed cameras. Now, I will have a tiny camera like this up my sleeve, and this will allow you to see the number that I place my chips on. Open wide, see? Just see that dental work there. Lovely, very nice. So, good, you get the idea, lovely. Thank you very much, thank you. So, again, I'll be wearing a camera like that so that you can all see clearly the number that I'll be placing my chips on. So there's one camera on me. Now let me show you the casino. So, let me show you this. To beat the wheel, there are 3 things that I need to do. Firstly, I need to mentally calculate the speed of the wheel. And I'll do that by keeping my eye on the green 0, which is there. And then every time that green 0 goes past, say, this diamond here, I tap my foot. And I'll be tapping my right foot. And that tapping tells me the speed of the wheel. Yes? Secondly, I need to know the speed of the ball, and the ball will be going in the opposite direction, but it's essentially the same thing. Every time the ball goes past the same point, I'll be tapping my left foot. That makes sense? So, thirdly, from those 2 speeds, and from knowing where the 0 is, and from having memorized where all the other numbers are in relation to that 0, I can calculate the drop point. And the drop point is where the ball leaves the outside rim and starts to fall into the center wheel. And then, combining all of these calculations, I should be able to work out where the ball will end up. The only thing that'll get in the way of this working is if the ball starts bouncing around too much. It is not an exact science. Far from it, but hopefully I can get this precise enough to win on a single number and bring home £175,000 for our participant. So right now, as you're watching this, I should be stood keeping my eye on that wheel. So when you next see me in a few moments, I will be in that casino. I'll have just been sent a text message from my producer saying that we're ready to go, and I will place £5,000 worth of casino chips, which will look like this. It's not very much, that's all it is. That's what you'll see, something like that, on whatever number I believe will come up. I'll have to be very quick as well. I only get a few seconds to place the bet after the ball has been spun. And I will only have one attempt at doing this. So it just remains for me now to thank you, first of all of you here in the theatre, and to thank you at home for watching the events over these last weeks. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves, and particularly if you took part in the experiments, I hope that you or someone you know had success with them. I wish you a good night, and I pass you now to my future self, sat at a roulette table somewhere in Europe.
Okay, Ben, I'm not actually quite there yet.
Okay.
So, and I still can't identify where I am, so I still can't turn my camera on quite yet. Sorry, but I'll be there any minute. On the, just so you know, on the truck in front of you,
Yes.
you've got two monitors, which will be showing you simultaneous streams from the two different cameras, right? So the one on the left will show you my camera feed, and that'll be a close-up, that's my camera. And the one on the right will show you what our other cameraman that we've got in there, and you know, he's going to be hidden up on the balcony, and you'll see what he's seeing on the right-hand monitor, okay? And that'll give you a good, clear shot of the wheel. That's why we've got him in there, so you can clearly see where that ends up. How are you feeling?
Well, a little nervous, I've got to say, at the moment.
You're
But
probably not as much as
excited
me.
at the same time.
I'm so pleased. I could really do with a drink.
Me too.
Yeah. Listen, I'm going to go in. I'm going to get myself ready. I'm going to turn on the cameras. I'll sort of hide myself out of the way, and then the next thing that you'll see is what my camera is showing you. I'm so excited about this, Ben. Thank you so much for doing this and taking part. You're not going to speak to me again, so I'm going to say goodbye. Wish me luck. And
good luck.
Please, thank
May
you.
all the luck be with
Please
you.
don't hate me. Please don't hate me if I get this wrong. Thank you.
Ben, we're just waiting for the link to the monitors, okay?
Okay.
Hello, everybody. Here we go. Here we go. Ten 500s, please.
Change 5,000 euros.
Thank you. Eight.
to...
Oh, one out. Sorry, I was one out. Sorry. Ben, I'm sorry. Ben, I was one out. We'll give you your money back. I'm sorry.
Ben, don't worry, we're going to get you $5 back, okay?
Okay, great.
Don't worry.
In each episode of this series, I will offer an applicant a blind choice of either a pleasant experience, a treat, or a darker trick. Following advertisements in the press, over 1,000 people applied online. All were sent a card saying they were being considered, but none of them knew if or when they were going to be chosen. These are the people I've selected. They just don't know it yet. Welcome to Trick or Treat. Tonight's applicant is Angela, a 22-year-old administrator from East London. She likes surfing, Australia and rock music, but dislikes earwigs, flying and blue cheese. She's currently employed as an office temp until she decides what to do next with her life. I've been watching her covertly for the past few weeks, and it appears she needs to escape from her day-to-day routine. As usual, I've been leaving a few visual clues for Angela that I'm about to pay her a visit. Angela is finishing up at the office, but she has no idea that we got here first, blacked out all the windows so there's no daylight coming in, and then hid cameras throughout. We spoke to every single one of the 48 office workers, and on the stroke of 7 o'clock they know to freeze when cued by a specific visual signal. Angela is now in perfect darkness.
Angela? Yeah? This is Derren Brown.
Hello.
Now, you applied to take part in Trick or Treat.
Yes.
We'd love to use you.
Great.
Now, you know how it works. You're going to choose either a trick or a treat card. So if you pick a treat, it'll be something nice.
Mm-hmm.
If you pick a trick, then it won't be.
Okay.
Do you want to play?
Yes.
Good. Now, you need to sign your contract.
Okay.
I'm going to put that on the table in front of you.
Yeah.
That just allows us to do anything we like with you. And I'll shine a little torch so you can see what you're signing right at the bottom. Thank you. Now, you're going to choose one of two cards. One says trick, and one says treat. Now, I know you can't see them. And the way you can choose it is by either putting your left hand or your right hand on the table in front of you.
Okay.
And tell me which one you're doing.
Getting my left hand down.
Your left hand, okay? I'm going to show that to the camera. Thank you, Angela. We'll be in touch.
Angela doesn't know she's chosen a trick, but when she's least expecting it, I'll be kidnapping her and subjecting her to the most dangerous challenge ever attempted on the show. Over the next week, I'm going to train her in some esoteric 19th century techniques known only to a few people, which, if she learns them well, will enable her to cope with the task ahead. Over the time we'll spend together, I'm going to teach you some skills. And some of those skills you'll be aware of, and some of them you won't be aware of. But think of them as part of a jigsaw puzzle, which will come together to form a picture, but I'm not going to tell you what that picture is. You'll find out eventually.
Okay.
Just go along with it. Have a look at this. I'll tell you what this is. It's a set of manacles for a child medium back in the 1870s, 1880s.
Yeah.
Where the girl would put her hands through, they'd get bent round, and then this ring would then be attached to, a chair or a table. The idea being that she's secured and can't escape.
Okay.
Then the lights go out, tambourines and things start moving, and when they come back on again, it seems like she couldn't have done it because she was tied up. The question is, how could she essentially separate her shackles from this ring? And I want you to have a go and see if you can do that. And do have a good play. I'll give you a few minutes to do that. There were several closely guarded secrets used by the mediums that today are known only to a few people. One such secret was their ability to create a state of mind whereby they could simply slip out of the ropes and chains that bound them in order to move freely and create mayhem in the dark. It is this secret knowledge that I'm going to teach Angela to enable her to survive her trick. Seems impossible, doesn't it? Yeah. Now, in the same way those spiritualists blurred the distinction between this side and the other side, between life and death, they also blurred the boundaries between inside and outside in order to make their escapes. The point being is that even in life, if you find yourself in a situation where you believe that you can't escape, you sort of end up creating those restrictions. Whereas if you just see the outside as an extension of the inside, then you can make that escape without any struggle or effort at all. When you can do this without even thinking about it, I'll know that you're ready for what it is that I want you to do. I've told Angela that she'll need to try to work out the manacles puzzle whenever she has a spare moment. Unless she can solve it, I won't be convinced she's ready to proceed. In advance of Angela's trick, I needed to master a yogic technique that heightens self-control. Today's exercise involves increasing the length of time she can hold her breath, but first I need to see how long she can last without my assistance. Okay, so that was about 32 seconds. So that's your starting point. I'm going to try and double that. You're going to be doing this in the water. Okay, so I'll take your robe. It'll be a little bit cold on your feet. I'm placing Angela in the tank that is deliberately filled with cold water. This is designed to be uncomfortable and will make holding her breath an even greater challenge. I've placed a diver in the water with Angela for her own safety. Just hold on to the side, whatever's comfortable. So feel free just to close your eyes and really relax. Rather than thinking I've got to hold my breath, you're going to be focusing on a lovely image, some sense of a location perhaps, bobbing around on a lilo. This method of yogic breathing I'm teaching Angela, or pranayama as it's better known, is a process of using the mind to charge one's physical energy and slow the body's rhythmic cycle. In turn, her body temperature drops, the muscles relax, and her heart rate will slow down considerably. This is the same technique relied on by Houdini when performing his death-defying endurance feats. We've already established she can hold her breath for 32 seconds, but if she embraces the ancient technique I'm teaching her, we should see a marked improvement. Relax and enjoy. And if you think it's easy, breathe in and hold it now. Angela has passed her previous threshold and shows no signs of stopping. Angela has done brilliantly and almost trebled her lung capacity. She still has no idea what all this training is leading up to, but she's about to get the biggest clue so far.
Well done. A lot of what we're going to do revolves around the idea of achieving a state of calmness. I'd like you to just pop yourself inside this sack. So if you turn and face that way,
Yeah.
and step into it.
Having tested Angela's physical abilities, I'm now going to give her brain a workout with this logic puzzle. Imagine you were placed in a sack which was then pulled up over your head. The top of the sack is then sealed with a chain and padlock so tightly that you couldn't even get your hand out of the top. It's dark, claustrophobic and restrictive.
Now the padlock is locked, and I'm going to drop a key inside to you. Now the key is on a piece of ribbon, it's on a length of red ribbon, and I'm going to drop that in. There's barely even enough room for that to go in, so I'm going to have to poke it in with my finger. Can you grab that?
Yeah, I've got it.
You've got it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're now holding onto a key
Yeah.
on the end of a little ribbon
Yeah.
inside a sack that is padlocked on the outside.
Mhm.
You have the key on the inside.
Yeah.
Your challenge is
Mhm.
to let yourself out.
Yeah.
There is a simple, logical answer of how you can do this, and I'm going to leave you until you either ask to be let out or you solve the problem.
Okay.
Now you're given the key that opens the padlock, but you have no way of getting the two things together. The key's on the inside, the padlock on the outside. After a while, your normal reaction would be to panic, thus clouding your thinking. Angela will hopefully remain calm and work out a way to free herself, much like the 19th century mediums did when placed in confined situations. This control will be important to Angela later.
It must be getting hot.
Yeah.
Despite her circumstances, she remains calm and eventually works out the solution to the puzzle. Here is the solution. You hold the ribbon between your teeth, you feed the key out of the small hole at the top of the sack without dropping it, allowing it to be lowered down the outside of the bag. The key is now in a position where you can hold it through the material, only now can it be worked into the lock and you can set yourself free.
Has it clicked open?
Yeah, that's open. Quite warm in there.
It is quite warm, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well done, my girl, well done.
In any other situation, sort of, you know, being in a bag and chained up, I would have started panicking. And there are a couple of times when I did. As I went along, I got more and more used to the feeling of making myself calm.
Unbeknownst to Angela, she's going to be subjected to a physical and mental ordeal during her kidnap. We've brought her down to a training facility to assess both her physical fitness and how she reacts under pressure. If she fails any of these tests, we'll be forced to abort the rest of filming on the grounds of safety. We've enlisted the help of a survival specialist trained by the Special Forces, but due to the extreme nature of what lies ahead, he wishes to remain anonymous.
Been given a kind of a broad brief as to sort of what general areas to prepare you for.
Okay.
So today I'm going to give you a physical assessment.
Yeah.
We might start some training. It's going to be quite grueling, quite tough.
Yeah.
We're going to see how far I can push you.
Okay.
Head first, straight through. Quickly, run. Nose to the ground. Come on, move it. Move! Come on, push, push, push. Out, out, out. Put your nose in the mud and push with your legs. Quicker, move it.
The trainer has been instructed to push Angela to her limits and see if she cracks under pressure. Each aspect of her health needs to be tested, so for 8 hours she's put through a series of exhausting exercises that monitor her stamina, her agility and her tenacity.
Come on, down, down, lie your head. Come on,
But despite showing visible strain, she appears to have excelled herself.
How are you feeling?
All right.
Knackered?
Yeah.
Good. I'm actually really quite impressed with Angela. I pushed her quite hard this morning. Her agility was good. Her stamina was really excellent, actually. That was a good job.
The training has been the challenge itself, so I imagine that whatever happens will be a challenge. So I'm wondering what on earth might happen.
It appears she's not yet pieced it together, but 2 months from now, Angela will be kidnapped, tied up, placed in a sack, and thrown into a freezing cold lake. For For the past few days, I've been training Angela in preparation for the most dangerous finale we've ever attempted on the show. She doesn't know what's in store, or even that she's picked a trick, but today is the final part of her lesson before she's kidnapped.
So I haven't really given you any indication of really where we're going with this.
No.
You're just learning some skills which will all come together at the end. I'd like you just to look at me right here.
Yeah.
But as you look at me, you're going to feel your eyelids just start to get a little heavier. And as you kind of listen to me and just let yourself relax. That's right, and heavier. And it becomes more of a struggle. That's right, just drift down. Imagine yourself tied securely, and through no effort on your part, other than just focusing your attention. And in the same way you can command a muscle to relax, you can also command the knot to relax. And just see those knots just slipping away. Now what I'd like you to do is to not only wake up, but to feel a refreshment moving through you. Feel good?
Yeah.
All right, grab your napkin. Stand up for me. Now, I'll tie this up. Now, if you give that a good pull, I need you to see that they don't just come apart. All right, I'd like you to unpick it for me. And what happens, what you experience is an increasing sense of frustration and annoyance, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. That feeling now, that you're feeling, is the feeling that is important. And that's what is going to drive this mediumistic state for you. I'm going to tie another knot. It's pretty much as tight as that's going to go. I should probably give that one more. Okay? Go on, give it another time. Really tight. Sensational. Okay, this is excellent. Okay, that's as tight as it's going to go, I think. Okay, so if I can take your hand, what you can do is you're going to put your hand over the knot, all right? Just gently like that. You can feel the knot underneath, yes?
Yeah, I can feel that. Okay.
And just keep imagining now as there's 3 or 4 knots, you're just going to create that mediumistic state and you just command those knots to come apart. Take a deep breath in. Just command it to happen. Then reach over with that hand, just pull one away and see if it comes. Look, look. Incredible. You've got that spot on. What does it feel like?
I can really feel the difference in my hand.
And it just melts apart?
Energy, yeah.
Congratulations. Congratulations. That's fantastic.
For the next few days, training continues for Angela. Over this short period of time, she has honed her physical fitness and her mental acuity, and has inadvertently been taught all the elements she'll need to see her through the trick I've planned for her. Although she doesn't realise it, Angela's safety will depend on what she now knows.
Congratulations, you are more than ready for what I have in mind.
We then broke off all contact with Angela, and we left it for 2 months. The last time we spoke, I told her we'd be continuing filming at some point in the future, but I left the details deliberately sketchy. However, after 8 weeks of silence, it's now time to bring her journey to an end. It's 4:30 a.m. on a Tuesday morning. Without her knowledge, we've managed to obtain a spare key to her house.
Angela, wake up, wake up. Derren sent us. Your trick is about to begin. Put these on. There's a wetsuit and a boiler suit.
Her abductors have been instructed to restrain her hands with 2 genuine police-issue cable ties looped tightly together. They're designed to be impossible to remove. She's also being blindfolded to make sure she can't see where she's being taken.
This way.
Finally, her legs are bound again and again with gaffer tape.
Back. Lie down.
With her hands and feet securely bound, she has no possibility of conventional escape.
We have to go. We're on our way.
Angela will now be delivered to me. She has no concept of where she is going or what is about to happen to her. She has a long, dark journey to her final destination. That's with her wrists cable tied together, her ankles gaffer taped securely, unable to see, trying to remain calm and hopefully using the time to access the mediumistic state that she's learnt. Eventually she arrives at Black Park Lake. This early in the morning the water temperature is barely 8 degrees Celsius. There's a fixed camera under the water. Other than that, Angela is on her own. Her abductors check that her hands and feet are still both securely bound and so bring her out to meet me.
Angela, it's Derren. I'm just going to take your blindfold off. My eyes might need a moment to adjust. Just going to pop you in the sack. Just sit still for the moment. Okay, now I'm going to tie this over you. I won't do anything until you're absolutely ready. Pop your head in for me. Now, I will count down from 3 to 0. On 0, I'll tip you in. Okay. You ready to do this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Do whatever you need to do. You do any breathing that you need to. Three, 2, 1, 0. Off you go. There's a ladder around here. Do you want to come around this side? Show me your hands. Hands apart. Feet okay? Yeah. Amazing. Now let's get you warm.
It has all been a really interesting experience. I don't know how this worked. It's good to sort of learn about yourself as well, so I don't think I'd usually push myself that hard. Derren said to use the technique to stay calm because it was really, really cold in there. Luckily I got out of there in the end.